Hello and welcome back. All right, we're going to finish up this section on color by going over 4 additional ways that you can customize your images with color. And we're going to learn how to do that with tints, hue, saturation, and vibrance. So let's first go over how you can tint a particular image. So if you want to follow along, go ahead and grab this image from your Chapter 5 resources folder, and let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do with this particular image with our tints is add an old school sepia type tint. So go up to Image, go down to Adjustments, and select Black and White. All right, so that converts our image to a black and white image, and we have some color channels here that we can use to customize the black and white image based on that particular color channel. But what we're going to do for this particular image is adjust this tint option, which is located right here. And once you turn that on, you get a color tint over the black and white image. You can then adjust the hue and saturation accordingly to increase or decrease the amount of that color tint, or you can use the hue slider to change the color of the tint. So if you go orangish, reddish, that's kind of a sepia tone color right there. So this is a great way to quickly and easily add a color tint to your image. So once you're happy with your selections, just go ahead and click OK to apply that color tint to your image. And if you come up here, you can also save that color tint as a preset so you can easily apply it to other images without having to go through and make all the color selections, because it's going to save those selections for you for future use. And then you can load that preset with this option here to load all the color edit settings that you applied to that preset. All right, let's go ahead and cancel out of that. Then we're going to go up to Image, Adjustments, and select Hue and Saturation. And the keyboard shortcut for this is Command or Control and the letter U. So we have 3 sliders here. We have Hue, Saturation, and Lightness. We also have an option to select individual color channels. Master is all the colors, or you can choose from one of these color channels here to target just those color channels. So if we keep it on Master, we will change all the colors with the Hue slider. Saturation will increase or decrease all the colors of the image. And then Lightness will increase or decrease the brightness of the image. And like I mentioned, you can choose individual color channels. So if we select greens, we will then just change the colors of the green colors in the image, and the saturation and the brightness and darkness of those as well. Now, if you want more control over what colors you select, if you're not going to get the color options you want from one of these color channels, you can target specific colors based on our little eyedropper tools down here, as well as this little option right here, which will allow you to target specific colors on your image directly with this icon tool over your image. When you click on a color, you can then make adjustments with it based on the colors that you click on. So it's just another way to specifically target colors via the image versus via the channels and the sliders. We can also increase the color range from these options right here to increase the colors that we want to change or modify from one of these 3 sliders. You can also add additional colors with the eyedropper tool with the plus icon. If we come over here to the purples, then you're going to notice this is increasing. If I select the minus eyedropper tool, this will subtract from this color range. So if I come back over here on the purple, it will disappear. If I click on the orange, you can see that this little slider in between is getting smaller. So those are some ways that you can customize the colors of your image via the hue, saturation, lightness, and the target tools within the hue and saturations panel. All right, let's take a look at another option for changing our colors. We're going to go back to Image, Adjustments, and select Vibrance. So far, we've gone over tints, hue, and saturation. And now we're going to take a look at vibrance. But first I want to go back to the original image so we can get the correct colors back. And then I'm going to go back up to Adjustments and select Vibrance again. So from here, we can increase or decrease the vibrance or the saturation or both. So if I move to the right, I increase the vibrancy of the colors. To the left, I reduce them. And then with saturation, it works very similar to the hue saturation panel that we used recently, wherein it increases or decreases the saturation of the colors. Now, you may be wondering, what's the difference between saturation and vibrance? Well, saturation affects the entire image. All the colors in the image will be affected. And you can see that when I take this to minus 100, it's removing every single color in the image. So it converts it to black and white. So it's affecting the entire image. Vibrancy, on the other hand, although it does affect colors in the entire image, it's only doing so within a specific dynamic range of the image, and that's via the midtones of your image. So if I go minus 100 on the vibrancy, we can still see color in the image, and the color is located in the highlights and the shadows of the image, and that's because vibrance only affects the midtones. So any colors within the midtones of this image have been desaturated, or the vibrancy has been reduced. If I increase it to plus 100, then it's only affecting the colors in the midtone again, but it's now increasing the vibrancy. So that's why vibrancy doesn't look as intense versus saturation when you go plus 100. It's a lot different versus the two. So keep that in mind when you're using vibrancy and saturation. Vibrance is only affecting midtones. Saturation is affecting the shadows, midtones, and the highlights. And those are some tips and techniques for using different color panels for making color adjustments to your images.